he stepped inside, the school awakened. Every corridor, every shadow whispered his name.
Behind this door, something ancient waited.
Mr. Midnight.
I never believed in ghost stories. Even when classmates whispered about the East Wing of St. Helena's boarding school, I dismissed it as childish drama. But after that night, I wish I'd listened. I joined St. Helena's in my final year, an old, towering school in the countryside, its stone walls soaked with centuries of rain and whispers. The building had two main wings. The West Wing housed classrooms and dormitories. The East Wing, sealed off decades ago, leaned against the forest like a forgotten spine. Its windows were boarded, doors padlocked, and its corridor always colder than the rest of the school. They said a fire broke out in the East Wing 40 years ago. A group of students had been trapped inside during a winter storm. The teachers found only ashes and bones, except for one body that was never recovered, a girl named Eliza Ward, room number 17. It started with a dare. One rainy Friday evening, my roommates and I sat in the common room while thunder rattled the glass. Leon, the class troublemaker, leaned back on his chair and smirked. "Bet you won't last 5 minutes inside the East Wing," he said. I laughed. "It's locked. Besides, the place is falling apart." "Not anymore." He pulled out a key he'd stolen from the janitor's office. "They use this for maintenance checks. Midnight. You in?" I should have said no, but pride, mixed with a little thrill, pushed me to accept. At midnight, the storm raged like a living thing. Leon, Mia, and I crept through the dark corridors, flashlights trembling in our hands. The East Wing door groaned as we opened it. The air that poured out was freezing, colder than the storm outside, and smelled faintly of wet ashes. My flashlight beam cut through layers of dust, revealing lockers ripped from their hinges, burnt classroom signs, and long, empty hallways with peeling wallpaper. Every sound echoed too long, as if the building itself were listening. 5 minutes, whispered Leon. Then were legends. At midnight, the storm raged like a living thing. Leon, Mia, and I crept through the dark corridors, flashlights trembling in our hands. The East Wing door groaned as we opened it. The air that poured out was freezing, colder than the storm outside, and smelled faintly of wet ashes. My flashlight beam cut through layers of dust, revealing lockers ripped from their hinges, burnt classroom signs, and long, empty hallways with peeling wallpaper. Every sound echoed too long, as if the building itself were listening. 5 minutes, Leon whispered. Then we're legends. We passed room after room until my flashlight caught a number carved faintly into a door. 17. Mia whispered, this was her room. The wooden door bore deep claw marks, like someone had tried to escape. The lock was already broken. Against my better judgment, I pushed it open. The room was exactly how the fire had left it. Charred walls, collapsed ceiling beams, a rusted bed frame, and a single broken mirror hanging crookedly. Then something strange happened. My flashlight flickered, and for a split second, the room looked new. Sunlight streaming in, a girl's uniform folded on the bed, a school bag on the chair. Then it snapped back to ruin. Whistle, Leon whispered, creepy. But I wasn't laughing anymore. As we turned to leave, a whisper floated through the hallway. Stay! We froze. It wasn't the wind. It was a girl's voice, soft but close. Mia grabbed my arm. Did you hear that? Before I could answer, the door slammed shut behind us. Leon yanked at it. It wouldn't budge. The temperature dropped sharply, our breaths fogging the air. Then the mirror started to bleed. Red streaks appeared from nowhere, dripping down the cracked glass, forming shaky letters, "Don't leave me." Mia screamed. The lights went out. We tried the door again, no luck. My flashlight refused to turn back on. In the pitch dark, the whisper grew louder. "Don't leave me! Don't leave me again!" The bed screeched as it dragged itself across the floor. Footsteps circled us, though no one was there. Leon cursed under his breath, hammering the door. Then a hand, cold and soft like wet clay, touched my neck. I swung my flashlight on instinct and saw her, Eliza. Her uniform was scorched, hair matted with soot, eyes hollow black. Her mouth opened wider than humanly possible, and from it came a chorus of voices, not just one, but dozens, crying, begging, screaming. Suddenly, I wasn't in the burned room anymore. I stood in the past. Room 17 was whole. Snow fell outside. A group of students huddled in fear as fire blazed in the corridor. Eliza banged on the door. Choking on smoke, she screamed, "Please, don't lock me in!" But the teachers, terrified the fire would spread, had locked the east wing to contain it. They left her inside. She clawed at the door until her nails tore off. Then, darkness, and I was back.
Eliza hovered inches from my face now, eyes burning with grief and rage. "You'll stay with me," she whispered, "forever." The walls shook. Leon fell to the floor, convulsing as unseen hands lifted him. Mia fainted. Somewhere deep inside, I understood what she wanted. Someone to remember her, not as a ghost, but as a girl left behind. I whispered, "I won't leave you." The room fell silent. Her figure softened for a moment, then vanished. The door creaked open. We dragged Mia out. Leon wouldn't wake up until morning, and when he did, he refused to talk about what happened. The school called it a panic attack. But every night since then, when the lights go out, I hear it, soft, almost kind. "Stay." Room 17 is still there, sealed, forgotten. But sometimes on stormy nights, I see light flicker behind its boarded windows, and I know she's waiting.